All right, welcome to the Laugh Kings podcast. We're finally back after LA. Jeez,
Yeah.
took a while.
Oh boy.
I'm your co-host Jace. We got my main man as always to the right, Mr. JR, leading
What up,
actor in a
everyone?
drama series.
Mhm.
We got Cash Money's back,
Yeah.
stacking
Barely
the
back
bills.
though. Barely. But
Barely stacking the bills in the back, sweet but sometimes salty. And we got the the YYZ to DXB. He's
Mhm.
live on location on the Jeremiah Islands. I think you're at the Aria Hotel, right, Uncle Sammy?
Yes, right.
All right.
That's right.
Uncle Sammy, just like
Mhm.
cake mix, watch him rise. But I gotta give a special shout out to start this pod
All right.
to legends,
Ooh.
to champions, to the
Uh-huh.
one who comes out on top and the ones everyone admire who want to be like them.
Mm.
I want to give it up to the NFL best bets and
Ooh.
picks champion who y'all couldn't compete with, myself,
Oh.
Jace.
Mhm. You know what? I'll give it up to you. I'll
All
give
right.
it up to you. That was
Yeah.
you
He
somehow earned
beat
it.
us.
Somehow, some way.
Earned it. That was pure skill, knowledge, research, watching all these expert analysis, digging into
Yeah.
my head,
Mm.
watching the stats of every single player. Yeah, right. But yeah, shout outs to
Yeah.
me on that
It
one.
was good. It was good.
We're on everywhere on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're on TikTok. We're on YouTube at the Laugh Kings with a Z. For the audio heads, search the Laugh Kings on your local podcast. And for anything and everything, direct.me/Laugh Kings. Let's
Yep.
get started with the
Mhm.
Milwaukee Bucks
Yeah.
winning the pristine NBA Cup, sponsored by the Emirates.
Yeah.
Another Dubai
That's huge.
reference there.
Mm-hmm.
In Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Giannis and the Milwaukee Bucks.
Congrats. Yeah. No, I don't know. Still new to me.
Giannis?
Yeah.
Uncle Sammy, jump in here. Giannis is the best NBA player right now.
I don't know. He's caught fire. He's caught fire. It's funny that we ended our LA trip talking about how these guys can never come back.
Yeah.
Mm.
And now we're back here in the first pod back. They're back. Like they're
Yeah.
legit again. So, I gotta give it up to him, and I like the fact that he is looking out for his play, like his teammates, right? Like there was a guy on a 2-way contract,
Yeah.
and he
Mm.
kept telling the guy, "Oh, we're gonna get you a house in Iowa." The guy's making nothing, and he gets 500,000. Every player gets 500,000, so I
Yeah.
respect that.
That's not chump change. 500,000?
that's-
Even if you're making a couple million, 500,000 is big.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Oh yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
why these players aren't playing harder for the NBA Cup, though. Maybe they are, and I just don't
Yeah.
see it.
I don't know, like, and that's why I was hesitant to say congrats at first. Not to say that he didn't earn it or the Bucks didn't earn it or whatnot, but I guess it's still new. Like last year when the Lakers won it,
Yeah.
and then that was kind of the Pacers coming out party, and everybody was all up in arms about Halliburton. Oh, he's the next, and then he just fizzled out. And then it's like the Lakers won, and
But it's good, though. You know why I like it?
Yeah.
Because at the end, when it comes down to the NBA championships,
yeah,
injuries really has a huge part in that.
true.
In mid-season, you're kind of getting the best possible situation where
Yeah,
talent versus like injury-free. I'm not saying anything's injury-free, but you're getting the true really good teams. You're not
Mhm.
basing it off someone's not available
true.
and strategizing for that. I don't know what
Yeah.
you think about that, Uncle Sammy. Like,
And to your point as well, I kind of understand what you're saying, but it's also like once you get to the tournament stage, it's like you can't lose. So you can't afford to lose a game. Whereas like, in a series, it's best of 7, you can have a bad game. Well, if you have a bad game, you're out, right? So it's kind of different than the finals and things like that. You gotta win. You gotta win out.
I think the one element missing from it that people look at it and say there's not enough hype about. It's new.
Yeah.
That we said, right?
Yeah.
It's new. people are always haters at first. I don't care what you say. Everyone hates on new stuff, right?
Mhm.
Second of all, it's in Vegas.
True.
I don't know if that's the best place or they need to go back to, like, if this was in Milwaukee,
Yeah,
this would have been
Yeah.
huge,
for
right?
sure.
If the game was in Milwaukee or OKC.
Yeah.
I don't know how they solve for the Vegas being the medium ground because, like LA, we were there.
Mm-hmm.
Vegas, I think, is the same thing. They're not really home fans. They don't have
Yeah.
a team. I mean, they're just stragglers there, like
Basically,
stranded
yeah.
people. If you can afford it, because I heard tickets were going crazy.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're a huge Milwaukee fan. You're going to travel to Vegas. That's a huge
Yeah.
trip. That is a long flight, right? So to go to Vegas to go watch the NBA Cup is tough.
Yeah.
And you're not getting local people sitting in the stands.
No.
They're not cheering their hearts off and things like that. So
Definitely.
that's
not.
another downfall for the NBA Cup. I think they have to figure out.
Yeah. And I also think too, you know, at some point the NBA is going to try to put a team in Vegas. So I think maybe this is kind of okay, they have the arena, okay, they have the population, they have the celebrities that are coming out. Cuz I did notice the NBA was doing a lot of, oh, these are the celebs at the NBA Cup. I
Okay.
don't know if you've seen, they have like an entrance where they have the cup
Okay.
in the middle and they have
Yes,
like a
sir.
runway where just a whole bunch of celebrities walk down and they're posing up in front of the NBA Cup, and you know, so they're really trying to market this, right? So, and we do know at some point that the NBA does want to put a team in Vegas. So
Right.
maybe they're using this as kind of a test. But to your point, if this was in Milwaukee, if this was in OKC, you know, you would get the passionate fan base. You'll have a loud, thunderous building.
You won't
where-
get the fan taking
Yeah.
a picture, say no one's in the audience, and contributing to like the NBA ratings issue
Yeah.
and making it
Ooh.
look worse, right?
True.
But that go ahead.
Yeah, no. It's exactly that, and I think, you know, again, these are just random people. What was it? Played on Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Well, when we're recording this is Wednesday, but Tuesday night, like
Tuesday night, traveling to Vegas,
Yeah, it's-
hotel prices are skyrocket. Ticket
Exactly.
prices are skyrocket. You have Milwaukee and OKC. I'm not saying those folks can't afford those
Yeah.
tickets, but like those are the challenges of
Exactly.
making it a hyped up thing.
yeah,
Right?
no, it's true, you know, and I think it would make more sense if the NBA did do it in one of their,
Yeah.
who's ever in the finals, it's in one of their
Places,
arenas,
right?
yeah, and you know, you'd get, because Milwaukee's been there before, they won
Right.
a championship, right? So you know, within that COVID couple years, so they have the fan base. OKC has a fan base. They're a really good team,
Yeah.
right? So, you know, but I think the NBA is just trying to do too much right now. Too much.
You're talking about like all-star changes and
Yeah,
all
like
the
like
changes
all
to-
the stuff that's playing in. It's just, again, I even heard KD was mentioned. Just go back to East versus West.
But that's the same KD who's not trying in the All-Star game. Do you agree with me, Uncle Sammy?
I like that they're kind of trying to think outside the box with the All-Star game, but I kind of, when your players don't like the format,
Mm.
like it's a problem. But I understand what they're trying to do, because I don't like the East versus West if the score is like 200 to 201. Like, you know, it's kind of boring. It's not really a game, right? So I guess the NBA is trying to be like, okay, if we have like 4 teams and we put them against each other, it gets a little bit more competitive. But from a player perspective, I guess it's like an all-star break, right? So you're also not trying to be competitive where everybody else is on a break and you're playing, and then you got to go back and play hard again. So I don't know. It's hard to kind of figure out what the medium is.
But
Hmm.
also, too, Katie's complaining, but
Yeah.
the NBA Player Association approved this format change.
Yeah.
So it's players
Yeah.
saying,
Yeah.
okay, this will work.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
I'm not a Katie hater. I just don't
Yeah.
think he's the guy who necessarily needs to comment on this stuff.
Mm.
Honestly, I think it's the fans that should comment on this stuff. Katie doesn't like change, to be honest with you.
That's true.
Um,
He likes changing teams though. But
he likes
Yeah.
changing team. Give it to him, Uncle Sammy.
I don't know. I'm on the side.
You're gonna get a bird. You're gonna get some Sam knows what I'm talking about. You're gonna get some burner
man.
account messaging you.
Oh yeah.
We get comments going at me. We know.
And by the way,
We know you, KD. We know.
yeah. Oh man, Katie was the one who made that burner count. Like,
He denied it first.
yeah, like he's the one. Anytime I hear burner count, I always think it was Katie. I've heard of other athletes having it, but it's always going back to Katie.
Didn't
Right?
Brian Colangelo have a
did?
burner
Yeah.
account as well?
Yeah.
Oh shoot,
He was like, "That's a
Everybody's
great
doing
trade I made."
Brian Colangelo. What was he doing? Like talking bad about the Raptors or something?
I forgot the
Yeah.
story. I think he was
I
trying
think
to
he was, like,
influence
saying,
trades.
Like,
Oh, shoot.
what the criticism and stuff, he was kind of saying, I think that was not warranted, blah blah blah. He was like sticking up for himself in like
Yeah.
third person. Like,
Damn.
Bargnani's underappreciated.
Yeah.
I'm watching all these like new Raptor
Yeah.
episodes.
Yeah.
I'm starting to realize he was underappreciated. I think I'm following what everyone's saying too much.
Mm.
I gotta have my own thought. I gotta have my own like mind. We're
Yeah.
influenced too much by other people's thoughts,
Mm.
man.
I don't know.
Bargnani was a good player.
He was good, but I just don't think the way that the Raptors looked at him.
I think we looked at him properly. We just didn't
Mm.
surround him with proper players.
No,
Like-
you know what it was?
Was that?
He was actually before his time. So
Yeah.
Mm.
the NBA now, actually, he would be very suited for it. He would actually be dominant because of the big man and the three.
Yeah,
But he
that's
was like
true.
one of the early big man who shoots threes, and it
Yeah.
still wasn't there quite yet.
Yeah.
So I think that's what you're kind of getting at, like
Yeah.
when you look at it now.
That's true.
Mm.
We didn't have the coach to do that, right? Like if we had a D'Antoni, maybe he would have figured it out.
Mm.
Yeah.
But we didn't have that mindset of the coach.
Yeah.
I think that's probably what was the missing piece. Because they were
Yeah.
always complaining, throw it in, make him bang in the post or
Yeah.
whatever. But when you got a couple guys, you're just banging this.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
Okay, cool. So NBA ratings, right?
Yeah.
So NBA ratings are down 50% year over year.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot,
Yeah.
right?
That's
That
Huge.
especially the contracts they signed with like all these television streaming networks.
Mhm.
They're looking at this potentially that could impact the money, right?
Yeah.
Because it's also a portion based on performance and ratings.
Yeah.
I honestly think some of that might have to do with streaming and fans saying I gotta get on the streaming
Yeah.
thing to see teams. I'm seeing that with the NFL now, where
Mhm.
a lot of people are hating on that because you used to be able to tune on your local thing, but now it's like on Amazon and Netflix.
Yeah.
The other part of it, they're saying NBA is not exciting anymore because of the threes, but the threes is
Yeah.
what got them the ratings. My opinion of this is it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like there's going to be waves. LeBron, Curry, KD, they're all kind of winding down their career.
Mm-hmm.
They're not in those championship games anymore. So kind of like what happened with Jordan, there was a lull for a bit
Yeah.
until we start building up these new stars.
Mm.
I don't know what you think, Uncle Sammy, on the reason for that.
I think threes have a lot to do with it. I'll be honest with you. I haven't, and you guys know how much I love the NBA. I haven't watched a lot of the NBA this year either, and it's because it's like a 3-point shooting contest. Like teams, I heard there was one game had the most missed threes in like NBA history. They had like 75 missed threes combined, but then put together how many threes that they hit then in that game as well. So how many threes are you shooting in a game? You know what I mean? So it becomes kind of boring because all you got to do is shoot threes from the perimeter. There's nothing to it, right? So I also think part of it could be that all of these, yeah, you're right. Stars are winding down their career, but the stars are also trying to like bring players to the same team. So
Mm-hmm.
if I'm a fan and my team doesn't have a chance or is not interesting or whatever, you kind of get bored. Like, you don't want to see the same. This is what the NFL is good at. They have parity in the league. I know you could say Kansas City wins, but there's other teams every year that you're thinking has a legit chance to win it. Once you make it into the playoffs, any of those NFC, AFC teams that are in the playoffs can win. Like remember when Eli Manning beat the undefeated
Yeah.
New England Patriots?
Yeah.
That was massive, but no one thought it could happen, but it happened, right? In the NBA, you're not gonna get that. You're never getting that happen because it's the same teams over and over because they all have the 3 stars where the other teams are looking to rebuild, right? So I
Yeah.
think that doesn't help them.
No, it's true. It's true.
What's your opinion on the ratings?
Well, I think a lot of it has to do, and I spoke about this on a previous pod few months back, where who is the NBA marketing as their face of the league after LeBron, Steph, and KD? I thought it would have. So I mentioned a few names, one of them being Wembyamba,
Yeah.
one of them being Anthony Edwards. I could have argued John Morant before everything took
Yeah.
place with his issues with the NBA and whatnot, but there is no definitive face of the league.
You know who it is? It's Jokic and Luka.
And
And let me add something to that. This is going to happen. I don't know why people freak out because you had Iverson, you had the Vince Carters, you had the Kevin Garnetts after the Jordan, right?
True.
But they did not build their legacy. It took them time to get there, and that's when the NBA started getting more popular again. It's just an era of old heads.
Yeah.
Now these generations they grow with LeBron. Like you grew with LeBron.
Right.
The next generation will come and start growing with someone else.
True.
It's going to take time.
Yeah.
I just think this will be like another 3 to 5 years where if Luka builds up his legacy, if Jokic builds up, like maybe it's Giannis, right? Maybe it's Ja, maybe it's Anthony Edwards, but one of them will build up their legacy to a point where they win a couple of championships, and now you have something to watch. Now you have something to compare. This is the LeBron of this era. You know what I mean? You need that player.
It's true.
You know what hurts them too, though? Jokic, Wembanyama are all guys that don't want to be in the spotlight. Do you know what I mean? So that's another thing. So your best players are guys that, like, look at Jokic. After he won the championship, the man was sad that he had to go to the parade. He said, I want to go back. I want to go home to my horses. You know what I mean? So he didn't even really care. But he just does it because he's good at it. He loves basketball. But it's not like he wants to be the face. He just wants to play, right? So they need to find somebody who wants to be the face and is good to build that legacy. But there's a lot of guys. Like, I don't know if Luka really wants to be the face.
I think, though, he does.
I think he does.
I think he
so?
does, Uncle Savvy. I feel like when you said that, wants to be the face, he has the passion. Like, he has that.
Yeah.
He likes the media and stuff like that. I feel like him, Anthony Edwards.
Yeah.
But the thing is predicated on they got to build their legacy.
Yeah.
They don't have any championships. Mavs luckily had a good run last year. Couple more runs like that, I think that will solve the problem.
Oh, it's true. But, like, again, at the same time, the way that I look at it too is, you know, when the NBA is, they're always going to market their next superstar.
Yeah.
LeBron is hip hop just as much as hip hop is LeBron, right? Same thing with Kobe. You could transcend them. LeBron's heavily involved in fashion. He's heavily involved in music. Like, so he's transcending.
I think LeBron is so special, though.
That's true.
Since he came into the league,
as
day one,
the
hype was around him, right?
That's true.
You could have an argument like Kobe when the transition was Jordan to Kobe.
Yeah.
No one cared about Kobe really early on, right? Like he's like an Anthony Edwards right now. No one. You to go on the street, who's Anthony Edwards? No one knows. That's the same thing with Kobe. Yeah. Because Eddie Jones was starting ahead of him. He was a bench player. He hadn't built anything yet.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
It's inevitable. Like until someone builds themselves, you'll have a few years like this.
Yeah. But
you know what I will say though. I don't know if you guys watched the Netflix series on the players.
Starting five?
I forgot what pardon?
Starting five?
Yes, that's the name. I was going to say, I forgot the name of it. That could help them, though, doing stuff like that, because as I watched that, I was like really interested in Jimmy Butler. I was really interested in Anthony Edwards. Like, you start, there's teams that you don't like, and all of a sudden you're watching the players and they're going through their everyday life and you're seeing them with their kids and stuff, and you're like, this guy is pretty funny, you know. So I think those type of things, getting people connected to the players, so they did the right thing. But I'm still surprised. 50% is a massive drop.
Yeah.
No, it's true.
It's hard to follow. Hard to follow the LeBron act.
It is.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like
Really?
I don't even think Curry could have carried the league without a LeBron there. LeBron is like box office superstar, megastar. He's Michael Jackson. They owe a lot to LeBron. He should get a stake in the entire NBA, to be honest.
That's true. But here's another thing that I'm looking at the current conference standings, right?
Okay.
And I think one of the reasons why the ratings are potentially as low as they are is the Cavaliers are 23-4. That's a small. Okay, yes, LeBron He did made it a big market team,
but now it's LeBron, not, right?
They're a small market, but they're the best. They're the best team in the league. In the Western Conference, first is OKC. After KD, Westbrook left, they became a small market. Yes, they do have the stars now that they are building, but they're still technically a small market.
Yeah.
Where are the Lakers? They're 10th. The Clippers, they're 9th. The Nuggets, okay, they're 5th.
The Bulls, where's the Bulls?
The Bulls, they are 9th.
Boston's
2nd.
Yeah.
Knicks are 3rd. But again, it's like your traditional teams like the Lakers that people are going to tune in to watch. They're struggling.
Yeah.
Right? And there's a changing of the guard. It's a small market teams now. Look at the Magic.
Yeah.
They've been really good for the past couple of years. They've been a laughing stock for how many years, right?
Yeah.
After they got over the O'Neal, the Magic, the McGrady era, right? So after the Dwight Howard era. So a lot of these small market teams that people are not going to tune into,
right?
Like the NBA does not want to put on ESPN on a Monday night OKC versus the Cavaliers per se.
That's why I'm saying it's going to take time. Because the Bulls was not a major market. It was always the Celtics, Philly,
right,
Detroit,
yeah,
and Boston, right?
Yeah.
In the Larry Bird Magic days. Chicago was not a major player in that. But constant winning and dominating the league solves that. So like if Boston or Timberwolves start winning 4 straight or something like that, you'll start to see that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Winning solves. It's just we haven't had a consistent winner.
That's true. And I mean, the way that things look with the Celtics, they look like they're putting together their own dynasty, right? We've seen that with the Warriors, and look at what the Warriors are going through, right? They got, Klay Thompson left. There are rumors of LeBron possibly going to. I don't know.
Don't even go there.
I don't know. It's I don't know. The NBA struggling, and also even going back to the streaming services. It's if you don't have Amazon Prime, you can't watch this. With the NFL, right? It's the same thing. It's
lots of Christmas specials going to be on the streaming services, right?
Oh yeah, and the NBA is.
But the NFL though, their ratings are not dropping even with the streaming. That's the difference. So I can't really blame the streaming because I'm like their ratings are still going up, right? So it's but it's one thing that's really funny that you guys mentioned, like the rumors of LeBron going to Golden State. The guy finally got to play with his son, and he's like, "Screw this! Like, this guy sucks."
And also to even mentioning about with LeBron and the whole Bronny James thing, I think that did not work out for the NBA. I think that they were banking on that, and that would have been a great
like another
line.
Couple years.
Yeah, like it would have been a great storyline, right? But he's in the G League, and I heard he's doing pretty good. I think the other day he
30 points.
Got 30 points, but again,
that's where he should be
for now. Develop himself, right? He's still 18, 19.
He's young.
Once he's 21, 22, and he's got some experience, because the G Leagues, say what you want, but there are people that are grinding and hustling just to get an appearance on a big league team, right? So, I think that storyline didn't work out for the NBA.
Yeah.
Right?
NBA just got to ride it. It's going to be a couple years like this, and they'll come back when they figure out who their star is.
True.
It's like
They
business.
gotta
It's
let
like stock market.
the players got to stop running the show though. Like I get turned off. For me personally, I get turned off by it. So remember, I was complaining about the whole Bronny thing and LeBron setting him to go. I get it. Like it's a great thing. He's playing. It's NBA first that he's gonna play with his dad or whatever. But also like the whole nepotism thing. It just kind of is like a turn off when players want to go together, and then the other teams don't have a chance. Like no one's gonna go to Utah. Do you know what I mean? Just throw away the Utah Jazz then, because there's no player that's gonna want to play in Utah and bring their friends over, right? Like they have to hope to hit a draft pick that is crazy good, and then you gotta have to hope to stay. The guy wants to stay there as well, right? So it's so difficult. Like there's Minnesota. I'm shocked. Because players never want to stay in Minnesota either, right? So they got lucky with Anthony Edwards, but will Anthony Edwards stay? Like how long before he says, "Oh, I want to go to another team," right?
Yeah.
But the good thing you mentioning that, Sam, thinking about it, this new generation, when they build up, I hope they're loyal because I feel like they are.
Yeah.
Because you're not hearing Anthony Edwards say, "I'm going to leave." Once KD and LeBron get away from the league, that mindset might change, because all the old heads have been telling you, stay where you are and build a legacy, stay where you are. And it might be sticking, right? Because you don't see a lot of folks wanting to like request trades and things like that. They're trying to stay and build a legacy.
True.
So hopefully that sticks. That would be way better for the league, to be honest. Like for the small market, just for your individual. Like KD goes to a team, he give you the greatest hope. KD comes to the Raptors, give us the greatest hope. He's not happy in a couple of years. He ruins the Raptors. Sets us back for like 10 years.
Yeah.
What is Boston going to do? Not Boston, sorry, Brooklyn. They're done for like a few years. You know what I mean?
The Suns, they basically, to gain Beal,
and
they gave all their first round picks from now, I think, until like 2030
just
or
to get
something.
It. KD got to get out of the league, man. He's ruining it.
Man.
Yeah.
I think like of this era, I think the last loyal player that we'll see that actually stood the test of time is Steph.
Yeah. And hopefully he's a lot of the younger generation look up to Steph, right? So
definitely.
I think it's gonna change for.
So there's this TikTok trend or prank that's floating around on TikTok.
This is your topic? Okay.
Yeah. So
Cash Money.
Cash actually brought it up to me.
Cash, you want to talk about it? Come on, join the pod.
Hello, everyone.
The brilliant, the magnificent intro of Cash Money.
It's been a while. How you guys doing?
Doing good.
Sweet. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm queued up. All right, so there's this TikTok trend or prank that's going around where there'll be a couple. So the wife, it's the husband. Yeah, it's the husband that goes up to the wife while recording.
No. So
Cash, tell the story.
So there's a prank on TikTok that's going around where the wife is recording her husband, telling him that she's not able to cover the mortgage for the month.
Okay.
And you get some interesting reaction from the husband. So the trend has been going around for a while, and the reason why I wanted to touch base on this is for those people or for those women who are 50-50 with their husbands, they were the ones that were in the comment section blasting those women that don't even pay mortgage, if that makes sense. So basically, the reason why they're asking their husband, telling their husband, I don't have the money to pay the mortgage, is because they know that they don't pay any mortgage. They know that it's already taken care of. They don't have to pay anything. My husband just takes care of everything, just to see his reaction.
And the guy's 50-50.
No. People in the comment section is, that's so lucky that your husband is responding in a sense of, oh, you don't have to pay the mortgage, honey. Like,
so that's what his reaction when she said she couldn't pay?
Yeah. So basically what's going on is the prank is women are videoing their husband that cover the mortgage and pay everything and pay the bills in the house. They're just doing a prank to their husband and saying, oh, babe, I don't have money to pay the mortgage this month.
The husband.
That's what they're saying to their husband.
That's what they're saying to the husband.
Yes.
Okay.
And their husband is responding and saying, you don't pay the mortgage.
Okay.
So basically the reaction to the video of saying, you don't pay the mortgage. What are you talking about?
Right.
I take care of the
Right.
bills. But then you have the people in the comment section who are saying, oh my God, you're so lucky that your husband is actually responding saying, oh, you don't have to worry about it. I got it covered.
Okay.
So there was this girl that's actually talking about it, and she was saying, nothing is wrong with your husband reacting or paying the bill all by himself. And she was basically bashing men that's working 50-50 with their wives. So there are some guys who will react and be like, okay, what do you mean you don't have your portion of the mortgage? And then there'll be some husbands react to their videos where they're like, it's already covered. There's nothing that you need to worry about.
Okay.
So my question to you guys, since we're on this topic, you have a partner. And no, you have a partner. And
I have a wife.
you have a wife, and she's telling you, babe, I can't pay the mortgage this month. What would be your response?
You don't pay the mortgage.
Exactly. That's the response that most men were giving.
Right.
And people in the comment section were saying, is that something like, is it a red flag or is that something alarming? Like people
I think you got to ask someone who's 50-50 because I think most men would respond the same way. Who pays for it?
So
Unless I'm totally off on this. Mr. 50, wait. We got to go to Mr. 50-50. I'm sorry.
I think with this trend, in my opinion, to me, and I'm just calling it out, it's the most stupidest trend ever.
It sounds stupid.
Because you know what? I think, first off, some of them I don't even think they're being caught off surprise. I think some of them, it's a humble, it's a flex.
Okay.
My husband pays a mortgage. Oh, I'm gonna go to him and say, babe, I can't pay the mortgage. No, you already know what the answer is gonna be. It's a humble flex.
Right.
Sorry, it's not a
Got
humble
it.
flex. It's a flex
It's
to
a flex.
to your TikTok. Yeah, my husband's got it. Don't worry. You know what I mean? It's like stuff like that shouldn't have to be put out there like that.
How does something be a trend? Because I think my TikTok is lit. How come nothing is trendy? Like it doesn't get pushed out to a million people, but I think I'm really funny.
Well,
It's like me going to the kitchen and say, I'm sorry, I didn't make food today.
Yeah.
But I
But
never
you don't
make food.
Yeah. Like it's stupid.
Well, a lot of people in the comment section was like, oh my God, your husband pays the mortgage. What type of job does he do?
He has a job.
Why does that even
He
matter?
has a
Like every
job.
trend-
You don't have to be a millionaire to pay a mortgage.
Every prank or every trend that
I don't
you
understand
see,
this shit.
they're asking, oh, what type of job does your husband
Oh my
do?
God.
You must be very lucky to have your husband take care of the mortgage and you don't have anything to worry about. Uncle Sammy, what do you think about that?
I actually agree with what they're saying, because I was watching some of those videos, and the guy, it is almost like a flex, because the guy is looking at the wife like, "What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? You come up, you don't have enough money to pay the mortgage? You don't give me any money to pay the mortgage." So it's almost like it is like a little try to. I didn't think it was that funny either. So
Yeah, it
it
doesn't
wasn't
sound
even
funny.
like funny, but I just watched stupid TikTok videos, so I just watched a few of them. But yeah, it is. I think JR is right. It's like trying to put like flex in a way where you're trying to pretend you're not flexing.
Yeah. And then so there was a follow-up video TikTok that started going viral, where this woman created a TikTok that was basically calling out this trend and correct me if I'm wrong, Cash, she was calling out the 50-50 men or the 50-50 couples, right? And saying, well, you need a man that's gotta pay everything, this and that. But what I think a lot of people fail to realize, and I'm just gonna put this out there because why not? Here we are. A lot of times these relationships where the man covers everything are sometimes those relationships, that man is the most controlling individual, where that woman
Right.
she can't go out, she can't wear makeup, she can't do this, she can't do that, because at the end of the day, he pays the bills, he pays the mortgage, he does everything. So it's like, you follow my rules in my house. If I tell you you got to stay home and be a housewife, that's your life. If I tell you you can't go out with your friends, because you know what? At the end of the day, I'm the breadwinner. But hey, for TikTok though, it'll look cool. Hey babe, I can't pay the mortgage today. Oh, you don't pay it. You know what I mean? It looks cool. But meanwhile, it's the most toxic, dominant relationship that you could ever imagine.
I think you're completely wrong.
Really?
100% wrong.
No.
Basketball wives, wives of Orange County, all this stuff. Yeah. The men cover everything. Do those ladies look oppressed? They're gallivanting, they're dressing sexy, they're doing whatever they want. You telling me they look like that?
Some of them like that lifestyle, so they're okay with the toxic lifestyle. But I understand what JR is saying, though, because technically, like, if you're the one doing everything, you kind of have the upper hand in the relationship. So I never understood I actually understand what he's saying, because I never understood the woman that's like, oh, I want to find me a rich man. Well, then when you find the rich man, you have to deal with everything that comes with it, because he's going to have 2 or 3 other girlfriends that he's going to be with on the side. He's going to not treat you.
Where you guys this is like anomalies. Where are you guys getting this from?
No, but so I think I don't know. I think it's not an anomaly as much as you think it is. I think there's more toxic relationships that people just end up staying in, and you don't see that they're unhappy. You know what I mean? Because it's kind of like, I don't want people to know. But if you give someone all of that power and stuff, and I understand what you're saying, there's people that want to do that, and they are good men as well that are like that as well. But it's what happened to like my thing is like, we talked about independent women want this, we want that, but then we always fall back on, I want a man that pays the bill. So it's like counterintuitive to what we're talking about. You know what I mean? But I actually understand what JR is saying, because there is a lot of those relationships out there that people are sticking into because they don't want to be divorced, or they don't want people to know that they're not in a great relationship. But yeah, it's not as, as fun as it sounds like on TikTok.
Maybe we should ask Meek Mills how it feels.
Oh shoot!
Go ahead, Cash.
But isn't P Diddy in jail? So how is it working out right now?
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think
allegedly,
men who are expecting? Do you think men who are expecting 50-50 are lazy?
Men who are expecting 50-50 are lazy? No. Do you think women who do nothing and contribute to nothing are lazy?
Yes.
Oh.
No. No.
Okay. Great topic.
Really?
No, because the reason why I asked this is because that's what the girl says, that those men who are looking for 50-50, they're basically lazy, and they just want their woman to provide instead of providing for their woman.
But they're providing 50%.
Yeah, no.
Which is their portion.
For some women, it doesn't work like that. You have to provide the whole thing.
Yeah, but I don't understand and this has been my argument for the longest while, is you have one side of women that we're Miss Independent, we get our own money, we do this, we do that. But then you have other set of women where it's like, no, I need the partnership of being in a relationship where both myself and my partner can share the responsibilities. It's not just, hey, he goes out to work and I'm just raising the kids and he's like a non-existent father, but everything's well taken care of. No, it's we parent together. Right. We work, make an income together. We pay the bills together, right? And 50-50 doesn't necessarily mean everything is split down the middle. It could be like, I cover this, whatever bill, you cover that. Or, you cover the vacation, I cover whatever, right? Yeah. Like it could vary, right? But I don't know, like, to me, it's like women try so hard to work with each other, but then they also work against each other with that same mentality of you're either on this side or you're on this side. Like, I don't get it. And going back to that TikTok, that where that lady was saying that, it's like, to me, it sounds like she's bitter because she's been in a relationship with a man who maybe had a 50-50 commitment with her.
Right.
Let's split it. And no offense, but again, I don't know the lady, but I'm just going to say whatever because we're here. She's probably the lazy one working a minimum wage job and not wanting to step up and provide just as much as her man was providing. She probably thought that she was going to take the easy route. She probably thought that she was going to kick back while the man takes care of everything. But you don't know what circumstances are and where he probably had to be like, hey, you need to pull your weight. And she's like, oh, really? Bye. I'm out of here. I want a man that's going to be not lazy, even though he's working and still providing his portion. I think this is what I mean. We need women fight for equality, but they're also fighting a fight against each other.
But you're also forgetting.
Well said, my brother.
You're also
Well said.
forgetting that women take care of the house, they take care of the kids, they take care of
Great.
everything. So why do I need to give 50%? And
No.
you're giving 50. You should take care of everything.
But that's what he's saying. It's not just 50-50 financially. Are you
Right.
talking about financially 50-50?
Are you talking about
or just
50-50 financially.
or are you talking about everything?
No, financially.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say too is even regarding that is, if we're looking at like previous times, right? It's always been the man goes to work, the woman stays and raises the family. But times have
BC
changed.
times?
Yeah. Even like our grandparents, that was something where it's like the husband goes to work and the wife stays and raises like 10 kids, right?
That's right.
Obviously, those times
And then
have
the next
changed.
door neighbor comes over anyway.
Oh, yeah. One day we're gonna have a serious talk about that and people's
Who you-
outside kids and
Who your daddy?
yeah, your daddy's been around the block a few times. Yeah, all them aunties know.
JR, to your point as well, like there are guys out there that can pay the full mortgage if they want to, but because they may want to be more involved in their child's lives and stuff like that, they want the female to contribute as well, right?
Mhm.
So it's not that they can't. It's 50-50. I guess I don't agree with 50-50, but I get what you're saying. You know what I mean? Doesn't necessarily mean that maybe the person also wants to make sure that their partner isn't using them in a relationship. So although they can take care of the full mortgage, they just want to make sure everyone's both in it. So instead of having like a toxic relationship, you're making sure both of you are engaged. You know what I mean? In the relationship.
Yeah, no, it's exactly right. And at the end of the day, the way that I look at it is, if you want to be on the side of the fence of, you want to contribute just as much, because there are also women out there that have a man that can contribute everything and she could be okay, but she still wants to contribute something because she
Right.
feels that it is her obligation to provide, even though her man could provide everything.
Yeah.
Right? So all I'm saying is, if you want to be on the side of, you want to be Miss Independent, you want to make your own money, cool, stay on that side. But then there's a whole other set of women that are saying, no, I need the partnership. I need the man to provide. I need the man to do this and do that for me. Right? And it's like, y'all are working together, but also working against each other at the same
Right.
time.
Cash, question back to you. Do you think the man who's 50-50 is lazy? Do you agree with that, women in the comment?
I don't think all men are lazy in terms of the 50-50, but she can be right. There can be some selfish men out there where they just don't want to commit to 100% because they have certain lifestyle that they have to upkeep, and they
But is
just
that
wanna-
laziness?
I don't know. I don't want to.
Is that
throw that-
laziness or that is using their noggin?
According to her, she's saying that's lazy.
Okay.
Those are the men who are lazy around the house, don't do anything, just sit on their asses every day, just work.
They're obviously
but
not sitting on their
50%.
ass every day. They're contributing 50% financially. So they got to work.
Yeah, but whereas a man who's paying the full mortgage,
It doesn't
does
mean that they're
Yeah.
working any more or less. That man who's paying the full mortgage maybe has a high skill set.
True.
Maybe is like fortunate to have a higher education. Maybe
Mhm.
was creator of a CEO. But you look at someone who works part time. Maybe they have 2 part-time jobs and a full-time to maintain the bills to keep it up
Yeah.
because they're a new person. There's a new person in the country, or they just that is them.
Yeah.
Right.
Not everyone. Remember, it's a pyramid, right? Everyone at the top, it's a little bit. It comes down. There's more people. More people are on the end of the pyramid.
Yeah.
but it's just
More people's that regular person.
right. But it just sucked that
Can't call them lazy.
Mhm.
I won't say that, but there are some men who even contribute 50% financially, and they basically don't have that interest of having that
to do more,
100%.
put more effort.
That's right. Oh, I do 50, then I'll do 50 for the rest of my life.
Yeah, but also too, like, here's another thing with we're men. Some men are assholes. Some men they're gonna go out there, they're gonna cheat, but they know that they can come home at any given moment after cheating with how many women, and because he contributes everything and he's taking care of everything and the family's good, he knows he'll always have a place in that home.
And what's wrong with that?
Nothing is wrong with that because at the end of the that's his boundaries. He knows
Uh-huh.
it, right? You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
or also too, on the flip side, it's he treats his woman, he treats his family like garbage, but yet he's abusive, he's toxic, he's this, he's that. But hey, you know what? I'm making 100+ K a year. House is paid for, everything, this and that. So at the end of the day, is they know that without me, they can't really survive. So,
That's
you know,
a flex.
yeah, it is, right?
Yeah.
So if you're a woman, you got to know if you enjoy that lifestyle and everything, then you might stay. But if you don't and you want to take the independent route, then you know you might want to back out of that,
Yeah.
right? So,
Fellas, think for yourself. Like Ric Flair said,
woo.
she's not yours. It's just your turn.
Ooh, that's a bar. Ooh,
He said it better. I don't know
Yeah.
what he said, but he
even
said
that
it way
alone is a
better.
bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. It's just your turn.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of other people lined up waiting their turn too.
Exactly. You do something wrong, you look at someone the wrong way,
Mhm.
bye. Take away half your whatever. Anyways,
Yeah.